Hello everyone, welcome to Voxcel's YouTube channel. I am Piyush Goyal and in this video we're gonna talk about Cambridge IELTS Book 20 of Academic, its third test and reading passage 2. So we have already discussed passage 1 of this particular test and we have already discussed test 1 and test 2. So if you haven't seen those videos, you can watch those videos after this. But right now let's concentrate on this and let's see our paragraph. The paragraph today we're going to deal with is, can the plant's coral reefs be saved? So this is our passage. So what's the benefit? And the benefit of reading the title of the passage is that we can get an idea of what kind of information we are going to deal with. In this we're going to deal with coral reefs and we're trying to save it, or we are giving like maybe we are given the information that can we save it or can we not save it, is it too late to save them, things like that. This may or may not be given in the paragraph. We don't have to worry about that, honestly. We just read the title of the passage so that we can get a overview of what kind of information will be there, so that our vocabulary can be channeled. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go straight to the questions section and see what kind of questions we have to solve for this one. Question 14 to 19. So for this we have to solve list of headings and we have to write 1 to 7 in front of sections A to F. Okay, so these are our sections. We have to write 1 to 7, whatever the correct answer is. And then for 2021 we have to, okay, let me change the code. We will mark it later. We have to write 2 options out of these 5. And 20 to 23 again we have to find 2 options. And for 24 to 26 we're gonna have to fill in the blanks. Let me just correct it. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna solve these questions. Now there are 2 methods again to solve such questions if you encounter such types of question. First, you can solve all the list of headings like section A, section B, C, D, E, F, and then after solving them you will get an idea like where the information is. Like this particular question says causes of damage, two of these causes damage to coral reef. So we have to find 2 reasons that damages like coral reefs. So we will have idea where these reasons are mentioned in that text. So we will read it again and then we will mark these questions. Okay, and similarly when we will read this question, 2 of the following statements are true of the researchers at London Zoo. So wherever London Zoo and its researchers are mentioned in the text, we will find the answer to these in this section or that paragraph. And these are our blanks. Coral have a number of something, or wherever algae is written we will find the answer there. Other than that, what you can do is, all we are going to read every paragraph obviously to find these questions or these questions or these questions and also this question. So you can do is read the first paragraph and try to match the option with it and see if this set is, or this set is in that paragraph. It may be overwhelming for some students. If it is overwhelming for you, you don't have to do this. You will do simply these questions and then move to the next set. But for this, as I have done like passage 1, like in a simple way, like one by one, in this I will tackle 2, 3 or the 4 sets simultaneously so that you can get an idea. So for this type of question, what we will do is we will read our list of headings first, because if we cannot understand the list of headings, there is no use of reading paragraphs. We will not be able to find the context. First option, tried and tested solutions. So in whatever paragraph they are talking about tried and tested solutions. That will be our answer. So what are tried and tested solutions? Like those solutions which had been tested in the past and they proved to be successful. We will say these solutions were or are, whatever the grammar is, tried and tested. Corporation beneath the waves, so underwater there may be some sort of teamwork going on. We will have to find two like animals or two things which are teaming up for like their benefits or mutual benefit. Obviously, working to lessen the problem. Lessen just means reduce. Disagreement about the accuracy of a certain phrase. So there may be certain phrase given like maybe in inverted commas or something like that, and there is some sort of disagreement, like all people don't agree with them. They say something else, like something in the both views, like some people say this but others they disagree, something like that. Two clear educational goals. So in whatever paragraph or whichever paragraph there are two clear educational goals given, we will mark it at that. We will mark this option for that paragraph. Promoting hope. So promoting hope be something like optimistic, hopeful, and the grammar for this should be in past, present, or future. Yes, give me an answer. Yes, hopefully you got it right. You said future because hope is always for the future. Past and present, whatever has happened, or whatever is happening is happening. You can't hope. You can only hope for the better in the future. A warning for further trouble ahead. Again, this is for the future, but this is for something negative. This is for something negative, and this is for something positive. Okay, so let's see. And this, so we will read the first paragraph and then we will see if there is any causes mentioned, or if there are any like researchers of London whose statements are given for them, or there is like corals have number of something to collect their food, or algae is mentioned. First paragraph or first section: conservationists have put the final touches to a giant artificial reef they have been assembling at the world-renowned Zoological Society of London, London Zoo. So here is something about the London Zoo. So here is something about the London Zoo. We have read. So which of the two following statements are correct? Let's see if some statements are made or not, because I don't believe this question will be that far ahead. Samples of the planet's most spectacular corals, vivid green branching corals, yellow scroll, blue ridge, and many more species have been added to the giant tank along with the fish that thrive in their presence. Blue tank, clownfish, and many others. The reef is in the zoo's new gallery. Tiny giants, which is dedicated to the minuscule invertebrate creatures that sustain life across the planet. The coral reef tank and its 7-meter wide window from the core of the exhibition. So here they are saying what kind of coral reefs they have, trying to artificial coral reefs they are trying to set up, what kind of fish they have put in the particular tank or what particular place, and why they are important, because they sustain life. So here they are hoping to expand the number of coral reefs bred in laboratories. They want to identify corals that can cope well within the changed sea conditions. They are looking the ways to. There is nothing statements that are true of the researchers. So they are just trying to say what they have done. There is nothing like facts or agree disagree point of view. So we will do is we will stick to this particular paragraph for now. Coral reefs are the most diverse ecosystem. So up until here, we will do is we will take it easy. We will read all the option and see if anything matches. Tried and tested solutions. It cannot be the answer. Why? Because they are trying to do this for the first time. Okay, they are trying to like give the final touches. They are like doing it for okay. but there this is nowhere is written like it has been done in the past and was proven successful, so it cannot be our answer. Cooperation beneath the waves, there is nothing about these animals cooperating or teaming up. Okay, working to lessen the problems, so they haven't said anything about whether they are working to lessen the problems or not, or what kind of problems they are working to reduce. Disagreement about this, there is no disagreement mentioned. Two clear educational goals, nothing of that sort I believe has been mentioned till now. Promoting hope, they are trying to say that they are trying to secure something, but they are not promoting hope. We are not saying that everything will be bed of roses in the future, something like that, so they are not promoting optimistic, something like that. Warning for the trouble ahead, nothing about that, so we'll read the next paragraph. Coral reefs are the most diverse ecosystems on earth, and we want to show people how wonderful they are, said Paul Pierce Kelly, senior curator of the invertebrates and fish at Zoological Society of London. So this is the person there. However, we also want to highlight the research and conservation efforts that are now being carried out to save them from the threat of global warming. They want people to see what is being done to try to save these wonders. Okay, so the answer, okay, one more tip I want to give you. The answer of list of headings are usually in the first two sentences or last sentence of the paragraph, but it's not always the case. It can be in between two. So it's not that every paragraph will have a topic sentence that will act as list of headings. Okay. So the answer to this is between here. Okay, I will give you few seconds to tell me the answer. Which answer should be should I write here? And your 5 start now. Okay, time's up. Our answer to this question is 5. Now, can you figure out why our answer should be 5? Can you get it right? Okay, okay. So the fifth option is two clear educational goals. So this is our answer. Let me like mark it. Two clear educational goals. So can you tell me where it is written? So yes, they want to highlight the research and conservation efforts. So these are the two goals that they want to educate people about. So they want people to be educated about the research that is ongoing, or the conservation efforts that are ongoing to try to save the threat of global warming by saving the corals. Okay, so they want people to see what is being done to try to save these wonders. I hope it is clear. Moving to the next. So if I talk about this, there is no mention of like causes of the damage to coral reefs. There is no mention of that. And if I talk about this, true for the researchers of the London Zoo, there is no mention. Let me change the color because I will need blue also. There is no mention of that also. And if I talk about this, we haven't found that the corals have a number of something. Okay, so we have to write one word only for this. I hope it is clear. So moving on to the next paragraph, let me write the question number here so that afterwards it's easy for you to identify question number. B section. Corals are composed of tiny animals known as polyps, with tentacles for capturing small marine creatures in seawater. So what they are saying is that corals are composed of, basically made of, what are corals made of? Corals are made of tiny animals and they are known as polyps with tentacles for capturing small marine creatures in the seawater. So they are using tentacles to capture small marine creatures in the sea. These polyps are transparent but they get their brilliant tones of pink, orange, blue, green, etc. from algae that live within them. So there is a keyword algae that was in the blank, so we'll go to that later. First we will read and try to find out the correct answer. So till now we have read that what are coral made up of and how they get that color. They from algae that live within them, which in turn get protection. Here which refers to algae, and algae gets protection inside the corals while their photosynthesizing of the sun's rays provides nutrients for the polyps, and polyps in turn get nutrients. So from here to here you can get the answer, but we will read this. Comfortable symbiotic relationship has led to growth of coral reefs that cover 0.1% of the planet's ocean bed while providing homes for more than 25% of marine species including fish, mollusks, sponges and shellfish. So can you tell me the answer of what should be the answer of B? I will give you few seconds to find out the answer. And time's up. And our answer to this should be number 2. Corporation beneath the waves. Can you tell me why, where it is written in the, if you haven't figured it out or if you haven't arrived at the correct answer, can you tell me why it should be second option? Just I will drink some water till then. Try to figure out the answer. Okay, I will tell you. So from here you can easily understand, if you can understand the nuances of this language. Here they are written: polyps are transparent but they get their brilliant color from algae, and which in turn get protection, and because polyps give protection to, let me, polyps give protection to algae, where it is. Okay, and there, here there refers to algae photosynthesizing of sun's rays provide nutrients for the polyps. So polyps and algae are working in combination. If you were not able to understand these nuances, don't worry, here they have written it like clearly. This comfortable symbiotic relationship has led to the growth of coral reefs. Okay, here of they are in relationship, obviously they are cooperating, they are doing some teamwork. So from here also you can tell this. So from here to here you can easily identify from the nuances of the language that our answer to question number 15 is option number 2, cooperation. So they are cooperating, polyps and algae, they are cooperating with each other. Okay, so now just we will see there are no causes of damage to coral and there is nothing about London Zoo here now, but there's something about algae. Now we will read the first question, because if there is algae, second question, so first question should be here also. Corals have a number of dash which they use to collect their food. So your answer to this question should be in between the, should be here, somewhere here. Can you tell me what is the answer? You have 5 seconds. Time's up, and the correct answer I will write here. The correct answer is tentacles. This one. Now, can you tell me why this answer should be this word should be our answer? Yes, I will tell you if you haven't figured it out. Let me change the color. It's quite difficult to comprehend, right? Sorry about that. Hmm. Yeah, this is the better. Okay, why this should be our answer? Here they are saying corals have a number of something they use to collect their food. So here they are saying capturing small marine creatures. So if capturing small marine creatures, so if we from there we can say that they may be like carnivorous diet. They may have carnivorous diet. They are carnivores, so they are capturing small creatures. So how they are capturing? With the help of tentacles. So if you know tentacles, you know they are like there are number of tentacles an animal can have. So tentacles. Algae gain dash from being inside the coral. So we have to tell what algae gain because it is inside the coral. So we know algae uh, live within them. Okay, and what they get, you, okay, it's quite easy. I will give you a few seconds. What they get while living in between them? Yes, they are getting, what they are getting? They are getting protection. Here it is. I have, like I have already told you when I was explaining the sentence. So algae they live inside these polyps and they provide them protection. In turn, algae by with the help of photosynthesizing or with the help of photosynthesis or sun rays, they provide nutrients to the polyps. So this is their symbiotic relationship. Their, you can say, teamwork increases in the warmth of sea water. So there is nothing about seawater temperature increase. So we know this is not the answer. There is not the answer in this paragraph. Moving on to the next one. C section. As a result, coral reefs are often described as the rainforest of the sea. Though the comparison is dismissed by some naturalists, including Attenborough. David Attenborough. Okay. Can you tell me the answer to this particular section by reading this particular sentence? So I will give you just few seconds. Till then I will write the question number here. This is question number 16. Okay, I will tell you the answer now. The answer to this question. Let's find out together. Tried and tested solution. Is there anything about tried and tested solution? No. This is done. Working to lessen the problems. Is there something about reducing the problem? No. Disagreement about the accuracy of a certain phrase. Yes, this is our answer. So our answer number 4. Now I will tell you why, because they are saying disagreement about the accuracy of a certain phrase. The certain phrase that is used is rainforest of the sea. So people are coral reefs are often described, meaning to say some people say rainforest of the sea, though comparison is dismissed by some. Others disagree. If you are dismissing something, you are disagreeing with that. You don't agree with that particular notion or the fact. Okay, we'll read further. People say you cannot beat the rainforest, Attenborough has stated, but that is simply not true. Again, he is disagreeing with this particular statement. You go there and the first thing you think is, where are the birds, where are the animals? They are hiding in trees, of course. No, if you want beauty and wildlife, you want a coral reef. Put on a mask and stick your head under the water. The sight is mind blowing. So he is disagreeing that rainforests are like not the best place to see the nature. The best place to see the nature is like coral reefs. So there is disagreement. If I read other options, there is nothing about promoting hope. There is nothing warning. No warning was given or is given. There is no work to reduce the problem, and there is no talk about tried and tested solution. So there is no solution in here. D option, sorry, D section. Unfortunately, these majestic sites are now under very serious threat. So here's something about threat and causes to damage. Let's see. First we will read the paragraph, then we will come here. With the most immediate problem coming in the form of thermal stress. So they are they are saying that immediate problem that is in front of us is in the form of thermal stress. Rising ocean temperatures are triggering bleaching events that strip reefs of their color and eventually kill them. So there is some like ocean temperature is rising, and because of that, what is happening is bleaching if events, basically they are stripping reefs of their color and eventually killing them. So that's the negative of increasing temperature on reefs, and that is just the start. Other menaces include ocean acidification. So these are the causes that are damaging this. Sea level increase, pollution by humans, deoxygenation, and ocean current changes, while the climate crisis is also increasing habitat destruction. As a result, vast areas, including massive chunks of Australia's Great Barrier Reef, have already been destroyed. And scientists advise that more than 90% of reefs could be lost by 2050 unless urgent action is taken to tackle global heating and greenhouse gas emissions. Okay, now can you tell me the answer? Is there any answer you think? If there any option that matches here, I will give you few seconds. Yes, the answer to this option is the location is here. Let me mark the location here. Okay. Until I write the question, you have some time to again look at the option if you were not able to figure out the answer, and tell me what the answer to question number 17 should be. Okay, now I'm gonna write the answer here. So if you are not able to arrive at the correct answer, don't worry, I'm gonna tell you the correct answer. The correct answer is answer number option number 7, a warning of the troubles ahead. What is happening? Okay, a warning of the troubles ahead. Why it is the answer? Because they are saying about 2050. Trouble ahead meaning to say future, and they are trying to say that more than 90% reefs could be lost. So it's a problem because they are important for life to sustain in oceans, and basically they are very important part of our ecosystem. So if they become extinct, so it will pose a great threat to us. So that's a warning for us. Hope it is clear. Okay, now we will read this particular paragraph and then we will go further. Pierce Kelly says that coral reefs have to survive really harsh conditions, wave erosion and other factors. And when things start to go wrong in the oceans, then corals will be the first to react. And that is exactly what we are seeing now. Coral reefs are dying and they are telling us that all is not well with our planet. So they are telling about the importance of the coral reefs. And if I read the other options, like tried and tested solutions, no, working to lessen the problems, we are not like taking measures to reduce the problem. And there is no hope, there is only warning. So the best answer to this is seventh option, warning of further trouble ahead. Now we'll look at this particular question. Here it is saying that causes of damage to coral reefs are. So we have read few causes that are damaging coral reefs. So these are here, from here to here. Sorry about that. Let me change it. From here to here we have read about damages. So what we do is we will not read mark it, we will read the option. A rising number of extreme storms. So is there anything about extreme? There is mention of ocean acidification, sea level increase, pollution by humans, deoxygenation and ocean current changes. While climate crisis is also increasing habitat destruction, but there is no mention of sea level increase. The removal of too many fish from sea, there is no mention of that. The contamination of sea from waste. Is there mention of this contamination? Yes. Here it is written, pollution by humans. Okay. This is the color green. Here it is written, pollution by humans. I hope it is clear. Okay. So this is our answer. D option, increased disease among marine species. There is no mention of like increasing spread of disease, something like that. Alteration in the usual flow of water in the sea. Is there mention of alteration in the flow? Yes. Here, ocean current changes. So this option is our, these two options will be our answer. I hope they are clear. Okay, let's read the next paragraph. True for researchers, nothing about that. Increase in the warmth of seawater. So we have read something about rising temperatures here. So here is something about the rising temperature. Increases in the warmth of sea temperature can remove the dash from coral. Rising ocean temperatures triggering bleaching events that strip reefs of their color and eventually kill them. So our answer to this question is between here and here. Now I want you to tell me what the answer is. You have some time to check, to look at this particular thing. So time's up. I will write down the answer now. What happened here? Just give me one sec. The answer to this question is color. I hope you arrived at the correct answer. If not, don't worry, I will tell you why this is the correct answer. Question number 26. Okay, I will tell you why this is the correct answer. They are saying that increase in the warmth of sea temperature, and for this particular wording, it is written rising ocean temperatures can remove the dash from coral. So remove means, so for remove, let me mark this. For remove, they have written strip. So for remove, they have written strip. So strip reef of something can remove the dash from coral. So color. So that's a color will be your answer. So this has been done. This has been done. Only this is left and these two paragraphs. So meaning to say in E or F you will also find these of questions. Okay. So what we'll do is we will read the E paragraph. They are like quite small. However, scientists are trying to pinpoint hardy types of coral that could survive our overheated oceans, and some of this research will be carried out at London Zoo. So, in this paragraph, we are talking about research and London Zoo. Let me mark it here for you. Research. Sorry, this was of blue color. So, we will mark it later. Behind our coral reef tank, we have built laboratories where scientists will be studying coral species, said Pierce Kelly. One aim will be to carry out research on species to find that they to find those that can survive best in warm acidic waters. So what they're trying to say is they are trying to do research on things, those species that can survive in like acidic and warm waters. Another will be to try to increase coral breeding rates. So another step they are trying to research is how to increase their breeding rates. Sorry, how to increase their breeding rates. Coral spawn just once a year. So meaning to say lay eggs just once a year or produce something, produce other their like children or young ones once a year. He added, however, aquarium based research has enabled some corals to spawn artificially, which can assist coral reef restoration efforts. And if this can be extended for all species, we could consider the launching of coral spawning programs several times a year. That would be a big help in restoring blighted reefs. So here in this paragraph, they are trying to tell us what the researchers are trying to do, what kind of aims they have basically, and how they are planning to save corals. Okay, can you tell me the answer? 1, 3, or 6. So only these options are left. Out of these three, which option do you think is the best for E section? I will give you just 5 seconds. So time's up. The best answer that suits this question is answer number 3. This one. Working to lessen the problems. Now, if many of you will be wondering how here they are saying that here there's basically in this particular thing what they are doing is in this particular passage they are working to lessen the problems. One, they are trying to solve the problem of coral reefs. So okay, scientists are trying to pinpoint hardy types of this. So they are trying to save the coral reefs here. Okay, this is the first part. One aim is this and this, and if this can be extended for all species, we would consider launching this program, and that would be help. That would help to restore the condition of blighted reefs. So this, many of you might be thinking of promoting hope, but here they have not said anywhere that in the future because of this everything will be rosy, everything will be fine. You don't have to worry about the future. In the future, people will live happily, something like that. They are not promoting any type of hope. They are just trying to work to solve an issue or solve issues problems too. There are many issues, so they're trying to solve them. Like first they're trying to solve, they're trying to, where it is acidic and warm water, here they're trying to find species that can survive in warm and acidic water, and then they are trying to increase the coral breeding rates. Sorry about that. They're trying to increase the coral breeding rates. Okay, and then they are saying that if they are able to do this, and then they will expand to the other program, but they are not saying it will become helpful, it will save the world. They are saying they will do to other species as well, but they are not promoting any hope that this will solve the entire problem. That's why sixth option is not suitable for this question. Clear? Okay, moving on to the next one. Or if you want to do this option, because we are talking about this, so we can do this, we will do this so that we don't have to come back to this again. So we will read the options. So the question is saying which two of the following statements, so we have to find two statements, obviously true for the of the researchers at London Zoo. So which two statements are true? They are hoping to expand the numbers of different corals being bred in labs. So are they trying to expand the numbers of different? So here they are written, behind our coral reef tank we have built labs where scientists will be studying coral species. One name will be this. So are they doing this? I will not tell you the answer just yet. I'm giving you time to think about that. B option, they want to identify corals that can cope well with changed sea conditions. Were there something about identifying corals that can do this? C, they are looking at ways of creating artificial reefs that coral could grow on. So are they trying to have different ways of creating artificial reefs? They are trying, D option, they are trying out methods that would speed up reproduction in some corals. Are they trying to increase the spawning rate or increase the reproduction rate of corals? E, they are investigating materials that might protect reef from higher temperature. Are they trying to protect reefs from higher temperatures? Are they trying to make materials, innovate materials that will protect, or they that may protect reefs from increasing temperatures? So here in this paragraph you will find your answers. You have 5-6 seconds to solve these, to figure out your answers, and the time starts now. Okay, time's up. So first I will mark the answers, then I will tell you why they are the answers. Our answers would be B and D. So if you also said B and D, congratulations. But if your one option or both options were incorrect, don't worry. I'm gonna tell you why. Here, B option is saying they want to identify corals that can cope well within change. So here they are saying they are their one aim is to carry out the research on the species to find that can live safely in warm and acidic waters. Okay, A option, they are not trying to expand, they are just experimenting in their labs at some number of corals. They are looking ways to create artificial reefs that corals could grow on. No, they are just doing this right now in their aquarium based research, but if they are successful they will expand to other species and launch coral spawning programs several times. D, they're trying out methods that would speed up reproduction. Yes, they're saying, mm, here. Another will be to try to increase coral spawning or coral breeding rates. So they are trying to expand their methods, rates. Clear? So they are investigating? No, they are not investigating anything. I hope it is clear. Moving on to the last section, and it is the last question of our set. F section. Research in, so we have only two options left, number 1 and number 6. Let's see. Research in these field is being conducted in laboratories around the world, with the London Zoo Centre linked to this global network. Studies carried out in one centre can then be tested in others. The resulting young coral can then be displayed in the tank in tiny giants. The crucial point is that the progress we make in making coral better able to survive in a warming world can be shown to public and encourage them to believe that we can do something to save the planet's reefs, said Piyush Goyal. Saving our coral reefs is now a critical important ecological goal. Okay, it's quite easy. I will give you 5 seconds again to figure out the answer. Time's up, and our answer to this question is option number 6. Promoting hope. I hope you arrived at the correct answer. If not, that's okay. I'll tell you why it's the correct answer, where it's written. So here they have clearly said, encourage them to believe that we can do something to save planet's reefs. So here they are promoting this hope that they will be able to save the planet's reef. So there is some sort of encouragement, they are giving hope. So encourage them to believe. If somebody is encouraging you to believe in yourself, they are giving you hope, they are making you optimistic. So this is the location of our question number 90. I hope it is clear. So let me see, have we marked all the answers? Two options of this, and 3 blanks. Okay. So again, if you find this particular style overwhelming, you should not, okay, let me do this. If you find this style overwhelming, you should not do this. You should do it one by one, like do section this set first, then move on to this set, and then go do this set, and then do this particular set. But if you are able to do this, like you don't want to read that particular information again, or you are not sure that you will remember that information correctly, you can, it's a bit overwhelming for some students or maybe a lot of students. If you are one of them, don't worry, you don't have to do this. This is not the only correct method or not the only method to get band 9 in the reading even. Okay, so whatever your score is, do that method which suits you the best. In the previous video, I have solved that particular section like question wise. I have solved first question, then the second, then the third, and then the next. And I have solved these type of questions these in this way in other videos as well. So you can watch those videos to solve those videos to understand better. So what you can do is, if you're starting out and if you're practicing, you can try both methods, and you, whatever suits you, whatever size fits you, you should stick with it and practice it and get perfection. Not only I won't encourage you to be perfect, because no one's perfect. You can, perfection is a hoax. Okay, and try to get as comfortable in that method as possible. Okay, that's it for this video. I will see you in the next one. Till then, take care and goodbye.